All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our career mode playthrough of Gallop Racer 2006. We just bred a new horse in the Gallop Stallion, a filly, and we're going to go over here to the title collection and race our horse. There she is, War Drum. She's got some shoes to fill. Unfortunately for me, I think she's going to represent far more of Polish Beats traits than Native Loves. You can see already she's got that same head pack position that she prefers. She's got a lot of the... I'm expecting this basically to be a female version of Polish Beat, which I didn't really want necessarily, but that's what the computer gave us. And like I said, you could breed two sets of horses multiple times and get different horses out of it, in theory. Alright, so we're going to immediately start off with an exacta because my odds are so terrible to win by myself. You can see the track is rated G and G. So I'm not sure how to interpret that. If F and F is fast and firm, I'm not sure what G and G is. Let me see if I can Googleize that and come up with an answer. All right, well, someone named Horse Racing Gamer has a walkthrough where presumably they discuss it. Alright, looking at video game manual for the original OG PlayStation Horse Racing Edition. Are they going to talk about it in here? Goodness. Boy, there's a lot of stuff going on in this manual. Boy, I don't think they're going to discuss it. Blah, blah, blah. Wow, how rudimentary this game used to be. I bet it was amazing.
2 furlongs to go.
Nope, that's not going to discuss it.
An amazing burst of speed.
Nope, that doesn't talk about there. Alright, I think I've come up empty here.
We have a
In the
winner.
manual. Alright, we won a race because I wasn't paying attention. We did not win our bet. It was just the Marigold Stakes. Nobody cares about that anyway. You guys don't care. You watched it, you were like, that's a preliminary race. Let's get to the grade 1 races. Alright, you can see we have a closed triangle for a yielding turf track, a closed triangle for a tight race course, an open triangle for counterclockwise, and a racing interval. And again, we got a 9 furlong and up horse. So this is just going to be a female version of Polish Beat. So it's going to like about 9 to 12 or 9 to 13. It's going to like dry turf only. And it has a pretty good recovery time. And maybe we can trigger some of those special abilities and see what we get. All right, going into the Dahlia Stakes. We have terrible odds, so I'm going to have to bet an exacta, I guess. Alright. 7-6 exacta. For 900. Alright, I'm going to go grab a beverage, so I'm going to be away from the microphone, but the other option would be listening to me tell you stuff that you can see for yourself. So enjoy this race, and they're off. Any second now. Pretty good start.
And away they go.
All right, we're about to hit the whip. Came back just in time for the good stuff.
2 furlongs to go.
And our horse takes off like a shot. And we are unchallenged
Excellent.
on our way to victory. If anyone's wondering, right now I'm drinking Irish breakfast tea with a spot of
We have a winner.
creamer in it. Has a lovely malty flavor. I guess that's due to Assam tea leaves, which I didn't know were a thing, but apparently they are. All right. Couple of wins under our belt. Confirmed this horse loves the regular turf. Nothing else came up. I think we're going to have to increase our difficulty to get more from the horse. I could run the Cosmos Stakes, or I could run Harvard, go down to Harvard Yard. I think we'll do Harvard. Get that distance, and maybe at the right distance, it'll unlock one of those abilities. All right. The odds aren't great. 3-7 exacta. Okay. 900. We're going to hit that bet. And hopefully we can start unlocking a little bit more to show us the picture of this horse. Wild Mood. Pretty good start there.
And they're off.
Want to get out of that rough. Straight to the back. Yep, we're hanging out at the back of the pack. Oh, there's the rough. Right on the edge. All right, thankfully, one horse has to come in my line. All right, I need to start moving up here a little bit. I could definitely see how inexperienced players would freak out if this was their horse. All right, we're going to hit the whip here since we're so far back.
2 furlongs to go.
And we were able to go right to the front and pass everybody.
Burst of speed.
Number 7's going to come with us. He's closing. We're running out of energy, but we get the win. Running out of energy makes me think 1 furlong, 9 to 10 in our preferred distance, but hopefully that's not the case. All right, best course, best combo, best spurt, and we got paid. And I think we've already made our money back on the breeding of this horse. And we're already a star level with no abilities or skill numbers up on the board. We're already a star level with this horse. I still don't know about that whole this horse will be like nothing the world's ever seen. I don't know about that, but I have bred horses like that in the past in this game. When we breed one like that, you'll know, because that horse will utterly dominate. I want to say the best horse I've ever bred in this game. 48 races, 47 wins maybe. Let me look it up. I'm going to look it up here while this race gets started, as I posted about it. Dun, 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 dun. Nope, that's not the right
The horses are in the gate.
Try this one. Meanwhile, we're about to start this race.
And away they go.
And it looks pretty crappy out. While this race runs, I will tell you about the horse I bred. It was basically a third generation. So I bred Gentle House and Native Love to produce a filly. And I bred that filly to another horse to create this horse called Homewrecker. Then I bred Goodbye Gem and Flaring Bridge. And the filly from that I bred to Homewrecker to create a horse called Demolition. Demolition won Gallop Racer World Dirt King All-Rounder Generalist G1 Hunter Japan G1 Sweeper Japan Complete Super All-Rounder Super Generalist Wonder Horse Dirt Champ Dubai Complete in every year. 48 races, 47 wins, and 40 Grade 1 victories.
Excellent!
So that's the bar that I am hoping for. By the way, I mentioned Homewrecker because Homewrecker won a title called Gallop Emperor, which is pretty hard to get to. So there's definitely more ground to go over in this game. This piddly Grade 3 race is just part of what you got to do to unlock the horse titles, unlock the different breeding packages, and get better horses out there. All right, so we finally got a speed of 86 and a staying of 83 for War Drum. I think we can race a Grade 1 race now. The Filly Cup is out there. 2-year-old fillies going up north of the border to Toronto. All right, we're gonna have to do some bets. $4.10 exacta. Let's see how that one pulls. All right, I want to say if anybody's a horse racing fan from Canada, one of the announcers at the big tracks up there used to work at Emerald Downs in Auburn, Washington. I actually was a bartender at Emerald Downs for a couple seasons, so that's how I know his name or his voice.
The
anyway.
horses are on the track.
I don't know the tracks in Canada. Let's look that up. Canadian
And away they go.
Horse, I can spell these words right. Racing track. Woodbine, and that's where the guy works. He's the announcer at Woodbine, I want to say. Amazing. Am I gonna say his name? No. And let's be honest, while we're talking about horse racing, there are certain kinds of horse racing I don't care about, like harness racing, whole different animal. Not into harness racing at all. Quarter horse racing, not really into that either. Although I certainly respect people who enjoy that. That's just a little too short for my taste. All right, I think we're going to hit the whip here, 2.4 maybe. There's too many horses coming up. Hit the whip. Come on, what are you waiting for? They're running up your butt. All right, off we go. Can we catch the 9? Yes, we're going to overtake the 9 just with the reins. And we unlock Close Race OK as an innate ability from our daddy, Polish Beat. And we take that victory.
We have a winner!
For War Drum. All right, really quickly, let's go back and look at Woodbine announcer. And see who it is. I think his name might be Robert Geller. Yep, he was working at Emerald Downs for a while. Yep, he's called race in Hong Kong, Washington State, New Mexico, and Toronto. He's been the voice of Woodbine since 2015. All right, so he seems like a really nice guy too. I want to mention that. I'm pretty sure he's never going to watch this, but no complaints about Robert Geller. He seemed like a nice guy. Stamina not great. Fierce, okay. Gonna see if we can... Are we gonna try to go back to back? We could try a dirt race, or we could try to go back to back. Let's do it, folks. Let's go back to back. Grade 1 in our second year of life, first year of racing. First fall of racing, really. Eye Candy is our big rival. All right, let's do a box with Eye Candy, 3-4. All right. And there's so much more about horse racing that this game doesn't touch on. You know what I mean? Jockeys is a whole separate part of racing. You can have some very experienced
The
jockeys
horses are on the track.
who just know tons and tons about racing. Some jockeys specialize on different surfaces.
And away they go.
Really, there's some great books out there about horse racing too. I read a great book about Charismatic. I'll have to look it up. Tremendous book. Highly recommend it. If you are interested in horse racing, there's been some tremendous racehorses out there. Another racehorse I really like is a racehorse named Ruffian, a filly who literally ran herself to death. Her desire to compete was so strong that she broke her leg. What's really not held anymore is
Okay,
something called a
this is where
test
the race
race,
is
a
won.
one-on-one race between two horses. She was racing a colt and broke her own leg and basically ran herself to death. She actually recovered, and they did the surgery, and she was going to be okay. But when she woke back up, she thought she was still running the race, and she started kicking and basically kicked her own cast and re-broke her legs. They had to put her down. So that's why now when they do surgery on horses, they bring them back in a tub of water so that it
We
can
have
slow
a
down and
winner.
provide some resistance to that. All right, we managed to pull off the back-to-back grade 1 double play. Double header, whatever you want to call it. We did trigger close race okay, and we got paid almost 10K. So definitely making our money back with this horse. You know, and they made a movie about Ruffian too. I think Frank Whaley was in it. I think it was called Ruffian Burning from the Start. Let me see if I can find the name of that book on Charismatic. They also did a 30 for 30. The horse about Charismatic was called, or the book, the horse about Charismatic. The book about Charismatic was called 3 Strides Before the Wire. Excellent book. It's not just about Charismatic, it's just about horse racing, and then it featured Charismatic in the book. So they talk a little bit about horse racing history and about some other incidents in horse racing and stuff like that. All right, we went into gray energy there, so we're going to go for a little bit here to get back to blue. And then we're going to find it hard to find a grade 1 race to get into because we haven't unlocked any yet in that part of the calendar. So unfortunately, we might have to race in like the Apricot Stakes or something just to get a race in. And I think the computer is going to be very unhappy with us for racing in this race. But we did win the best 2-year-old filly. I don't know why we didn't win Horse of the Year or whatever. We won 3 grade 1 races, right? Oh well. 1,000 in our pocket. And we got terrible odds again. Are we going to do a exacta? 10-1 exacta. All right, we'll do that. And we're going to get into this race. I'm going to look something else up really quickly.
The horses are in the gate.
All right.
And away they go. That was a great start.
All right, pretty good start. And then, of course, we fade to the back. I always see these other jockeys just pumping their arms, and I'm like, what am I doing this wrong? It gives me a complex. All right, we want to stay clear here, so I'm willing to eat up some extra track to stay clear on the outside. It's a grade 2 race. I mean, it would be embarrassing if I lost it, but more importantly, I think that means we can rest easy knowing we're better than any of the horses in the race, in theory. I mean, we're the best grade 1 horse right now. Why wouldn't we be the best horse in this race? All right, to the front we go. Got some hangers on. We're just going to work the reins a little bit. Number 9, is it? Hanging around a little bit. We'll trigger, close race, okay. And cruise to victory. And the computer's very unhappy.
We have a winner.
Because that wasn't a grade 1 race. And we didn't win any money. All right, don't worry, computer. We'll get back to that. Look at that number, field 28. That is abysmal. Stamina 57. I forgot to read the third one off before it went away. We need to get another grade 1 race under our belt here. How about the Cherry Cup? That's for girls. 3-year-old fillies. We'll race in the Cherry Cup in Toronto. Back at Woodbine. Let's go check the path here for a 3-year-old filly. Apricot, we won. Cherry, that's our next one. Then we could do the Frisia if we wanted to, but I don't want to. Then the Washington Oaks. We're not going to do that race. So we'll do the Washington Oaks after this. Yeah. Very important to strategize your next races and stuff like that. I used to select 5 or 6 races in a row, and then I'm like, hey, wait a minute. We need to be a little bit more flexible than that based on the needs of the horse. You know, whether or not you have green energy or blue energy, or maybe you don't have any energy, you know. All right, we're going to do an 11-12 box. Oh, we're doing a straight. All right. All right, War Drum, let's see what you can do. Love the cherry blossoms. I say it every time. They look so nice. If there was really a racetrack surrounded by cherry trees, I think we would know. Maybe in Japan there might be. They probably have some kind of cherry tree that never drops the blossoms. Perfect start.
And away they go. That was a great start.
And off we go in the Cherry Cup. I want to say, if you want to watch a really good race involving I don't know if she would be considered a mare at this point. The horse was called She's a Julie. I guess it was named after the trainer's wife, maybe. And the race is called the Ogden Phipps. And the horse was predicted to finish third or fourth in the race, but it was a tremendous race. So just go to YouTube, type in Ogden Phipps and Julie, and you should get the race. And I'm going to tell you, you're not going to be disappointed at all. It is an incredible race. We had to go really wide here, soaking up the ground, blowing by the number 6. And then staying right there. The 11 is coming. And we trigger close race okay and hold them off. We are going to win. And we're going to get our bet as well. Nothing better than that right there, folks.
We have a winner!
And I think we've unlocked horse title. No, we're going to be en route to a horse title probably. Over 200,000 points. All right. And our speed is now 90. You can see just average abilities on lots of different surfaces and track types and stuff like that. But the important thing is that we can unlock stuff like the Triple Tiara by winning the Washington Oaks and the Princess Cup. They also have a Spring Triple Tiara. And so that can only be won by a female horse. Cherry Cup, Young Mile Cup, Washington Oaks. So we're going to have to run in the Young Mile Cup and then the Washington Oaks to get that Spring Triple Tiara. And we're now a SS rated horse, Superstar. All right, so Young Mile Cup, we got to run in that one if we want to win. And then Washington Oaks after that. Thankfully, we're at Blue Energy, so I think we can pull this off. Hopefully. Can we beat the boys? Let's find out. All right, Young Mile Cup, we're going to place our bets here. 2.1 to 1 to win. And then we're going to do an exacta. Like the game knows how I like to bet. All right, 3-8 exacta. And then we're going to get into this race for War Drum, going for the Spring Triple Tiara. And if we win this race, it'll just unlock it, and we won't win it. I want to be clear about that. And again, if anybody's wondering, I did turn the music off in the game. You can probably faintly hear it, but I just turned it off because I didn't want to be competing with the music. I actually don't mind the music when I'm playing the game myself, not recording it. But for the purposes of these videos, I think it's better.
And away they go.
Oh, a terrible start there. Gosh, that was abysmal. I might go to the rail if there's no rough here. Yep, look at him lugging over and cutting me off. And the one is just way out in front of everybody. All right, so we got the rail. I'm going to incrementally... Too fast. Come on. Slow down, horse. Slow down.
This is where the race is won.
What you don't want is this yellow status to start eating away at that green bar, because you need that green bar for the end of the race. We're probably going to have to whip at 2.4. We're whipping now. We're going to move out to get around the one. And just slowly reeling him back in.
Show your guts.
And he's going to stick with us for a little bit. But we're going to trigger grit and close race okay at the same time. Thank you, Polish Pete, for giving us those traits. And we cruise to victory. And yes,
you've reached the horse title.
Horse title reached. Spring Triple Tiara. All right, so our other innate ability came up as grit. Obviously, we had a tremendous race. We hit one of our bets. And so that's everything you want to see when you're playing this game. All right, we've still got a little bit of energy. 90 speed. Everything else is pretty much 70s except for power. 63. 2 of our 3 abilities have come out. Again, you can only carry 2 forward for breeding anyway. We're going to enter the Washington Oaks. We're kind of at this less energetic green status. There's a slow green and a quick green. I wish they'd differentiated them, but we're in the slow green. But we're still going to do this race because we have to get the triple tiara and the spring triple tiara. You have to win this race. And so that's the bottom line. And we're still probably the favorite. So we will bet on ourselves to win. Then we'll go back and do an exacta 2-4. That's 11.4 to 1. And we'll do that as well. All right. To unlock a title and to win a title, this is a very important race for us. Grade 1 Washington Oaks.
The horses are on the track.
Yo, do you see how slowly that red arrow is moving?
Go!
That's turning off.
Oh, it's a late.
Not a great start. Can we get in front, move over and seal the rail? Oh, it's a rough track. Screw that. Alright, we're out of the rough. Are we going to stay on the inside? I think so. Look at how far ahead the 14 and 11 are. Good grief. And you know, sometimes a horse will take off like that and nobody will be able to catch him, you know? I want to say that happened a couple of years ago. I don't remember the race, but it was Tom Amos, and I think it was his first grade 1 win. The horse just was a sprint horse that just took off, never surrendered the lead. He was so happy. Of course, the announcers, he was a part-time announcer, so the other announcers were giving him the business. It really was funny. All right, we are in the back of the pack here. We can't go in yet because it's still rough track. We're going to have to whip at 2.4 at this rate. I'm hoping some of these horses ahead of us start moving over to the right. If they don't, we'll have to run in the rough for a little bit. We're not getting any help from the Revolutions wheel at all with this horse, but thankfully everybody is moving to the right to clear the path. We're going to whip at 2.4. All right, there we go. The number 4 is coming with us straight to the front, and I have a nose. We trigger grit, and we ran out of energy, but it's not going to matter. We are going to win the Spring Triple Tiara, and we are going to unlock the regular Triple Tiara. Great win needed to set this horse apart, and we did so. That's one of the best kind of wins right there. All right, everything came up gravy, and we triggered an ability. We won a bet. The 4 did not finish second. Crazy. He didn't even finish third, I don't think. All right, no energy. We unlocked 3 new horse titles. That's why it's important to win races you haven't won yet. So really, before breeding, to win more titles or win the same titles over and over again, I would breed the next horse after this one to win normal titles that we haven't won yet. So I might breed a horse to win the Desert Prince or something like that. Or maybe this Washington, D.C. Triple. Or this Prince Road. So that's for a male horse. You got to win all those races. Okay. And so we've got the Princess Road, the Philly Cup, the Cherry Cup, the Washington Oaks. So if we win the Princess Cup and the Empress Stakes, we'll win the Princess Road. Hopefully I remember that. That's the other thing. Sometimes you forget. So you get these older triples and stuff like that. And so I would try to unlock all the normal titles first before I moved on to the other stuff. And then sooner or later you can start targeting your breeding. Like, hey, I need a 5 to 8 sprint horse who runs at the lead. You can breed that, you know. Are we going to go for the summer GP? It's within our distance. I think maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I should do that. The horse didn't have a ton of energy. Let's keep going. Oh, and then we get into this area where the races haven't been unlocked yet, where there's nothing good there. There is the Tokyo Derby or the Summer GP. All right, we're going to do the Summer Grand Prix. And again, we're in the slow green, not the fast green. So I expect to be plumb tuckered out after this race. All right, we are still the favorite, it looks like. So that lets you know the game really respects you when it says, even in not top condition, your horse is still the favorite. That lets you know the game respects your horse. And it's fast and firm, so it's going to be ideal track conditions for us. And we'll do a 3-7 exacta, 18.4 to 1. All right, let's see if we can pull this one off at low energy. And I may not race again until the Princess race. Maybe one more race in between. That's the other thing. You got to be really judicious and pick and choose when you've got a really good horse. You don't want to run your horse into the ground. Yes, granted, there are achievements you can get like Alabama that require a ton of grade 1 wins. But you gotta have the horse that has the ability for that. This horse doesn't. Alright. We kind of lost our lead there. Are we gonna try to secure the rail? I don't think there's rough on this track. That horse moved right over to the side. Are we just gonna run it in the pack and try to split the pack? That's kind of risky. I guess we are.
Watch out!
Oh, collision. Thankfully, it didn't affect the horse too much. We're going to go to the outside. I think that's the best option at this point. And then we're going to cut back in to save a little bit of ground. Now we're falling back. I don't like this at all. Please speed up, horse. Please. Just a little bit. I guess it would help if the player controlling the jockey would flip the reins to make it speed up. Yeah, this isn't good. Oh god, no, we're gonna get obliterated in this race unless we do something. This is bad. All the horses are running away from us right now. And now they're coming out and we can't whip. We should be whipping right now.
2 furlongs to go.
All right, we're gonna go near the front, but out of energy. Can we get a special ability? Oh, we're gonna win anyway. Amazing. That's a gutty performance right there. You gotta like it when your horse does that. No energy and still pulled it out.
You've reached the horse title race.
All right, we unlocked 2 different horse titles, G1 Hunter and All Rounder. For the all-rounder, we're going to need a dirt win. For the G1 Hunter, we just need another grade 1 victory, I think. Holy cow. Off screen, I'm watching a weather YouTube channel. This dude has a piece of hail, the hailstone, is like the size of 4 baseballs together. He's holding up a baseball next to the hailstone, and the hailstone looks like those little bowling balls you would use when you were a little kid. That's how big the freaking hailstone is. It's like half the size of this guy's head. It is an enormous hailstone. Goodness gracious. That's in Oklahoma City. F that, man. That hailstone is no joke. It's bigger than a softball, easily bigger. All right, what are we doing here on racing? Sprinters Cup or Osaka Derby? Am I going to try for the Osaka Derby? I could do the Sprinters Cup or the Osaka Mile Cup. There's the Princess Cup. We need that, but that's in October. And if we go any farther than that, we go into yellow, and you do not want your horse to go into yellow. So, and all these other races were way overweight if we tried running in them. So I guess we'll do the Rose Stakes. The 3-year-old girls race. Who knows what the computer's going to think about this one? We are the favorite. And we are going to have to bet ourselves an exacta to make any money out of this one. Oh, I always feel like you shouldn't be racing in these kind of races in this good of a horse. Like, what good is going to come of this? If you win, everybody will be like, oh, you should have won. You're a really great horse. If you lose, everybody's like, how could your horse lose that race? But sometimes the horse needs the work, and that's what happened here. Our horse needed a race. Just as we unlock more horse titles, that calendar will eventually fill out with other races. And I won't have that problem anymore. And we'll have better horses. We're cutting around the outside. Energy is in the yellow. I don't like that. So we're going to try to mitigate that. I need way more green bar than what I'm at right now. So now we're starting to edge to the back. This is not promising for this level of a race. I should not be having this much of a problem.
Midway down the back stretch.
All right, looks like we're going to have that much green bar, and I can work with that. Just biding our time on the outside. I don't think anybody's going to push out in front of us. And I think we might even be able to wait a little up. I did have to move out. And we'll whip at 2.4 and go straight to the front. And we're not even going to have to do anything. That one is going to come on a little bit. He's not going to threaten me, and we're going to get our exacta and the victory.
We have a winner! My goodness, they've lost their chance.
All right, we had to race. I mean, just no two ways about it. Had to keep the horse fresh. All right, we made a little bit of money there. Let's see what our next race is going to be. It should be that Washington Oaks or whatever. All right, 94 tenacity, 92 speed. Princess Cup. We need that for the Triple Tiara, I believe. And the thing won't go any further. Oh well. Let's go in here and look at the horse title. Princess Road. We need the Princess Cup and the Empress Stakes. And then for the Triple Tiara, we need the race we already have registered or whatever. So we'll go ahead and register the Empress Stakes if it's available. Just so we don't forget. All right, so that should be 2 more horse titles. All right. Really terrible odds. I guess we could do exacta with 13. 413 exacta. All right, here we go. Horse title, 2 horse titles, basically. One is on the line, and then we'll unlock another one if we win this. So
The horses are on the track.
kind of similar to that other race we ran earlier this season. We need this win.
And they're
Ooh,
off.
my helmet matches
That was a
my
great start.
my silks for once. All right, no rough. I feel we're in a good spot. I don't think anybody's going to come over and hug the rail like I do. So I feel very comfortable right now with where we're at. Maintaining that green speed. I actually just slowed down a little bit there so she wouldn't run away. Again, we're not in any danger of getting a revolution, so I basically just stopped paying attention to that as soon as the first one comes up with the X. It's got to form that kind of Mobius strip looking device.
They're midway down the back stretch.
Infinity loop, whatever you want to call it. Alright, now I'm feeling that the pack is passing me, so I've got to speed up a little bit here. So I'm going to start trying to incrementally increase our speed. That might be a little too much. Alright. 2.4, we're going to whip.
Show your
Make sure we
guts.
dodge that horse there on the way up. And we're going to go straight to the front and obliterate the field again.
An amazing burst
And
of
really
speed.
pull away without any urging whatsoever.
Excellent.
Utter dominance. That's what it looks like, folks. No abilities, just a horse running. All right, great
Incredible.
victory.
No one can match you.
We won the Triple
Yes,
Tiara. We
horse
unlocked the
title
Princess Road. And that's going to be our very next race. Yeah, we beat the next horse by 10 lengths. I'll take the no payoff. It was worth it. All right. Really looking good. Great 3-year season for this horse. Probably going to win Horse of the Year. You cannot compete in the special Triple Tiara race. Challenge yourself by entering the European and North American Triple Tiaras. So by winning the Triple Tiara, we unlock other Triple Tiara races. 93 speed, 90 staying, 94 tenacity, and a couple of grit-based special abilities. Sustained growth, and the second highest race interval. This is a nice filly. It's probably better than any filly currently in the game right now for us, but overall this is not a superb horse. When you see future breeding, you'll realize that that horse wasn't that great. I hate to say that, because you get attached to these horses, especially when they perform when you think they should be losing. You really start to love the horse, There have been some horses where I almost cried when I had to retire them because they were just so good. They won so many races when they shouldn't have won because I couldn't control them and they were doing crazy stuff. And then the finish line came and they blasted past everybody else and I still won. So you can really get into the horses. They can get into your feelings a little bit sometimes when they pull out tremendous wins for you. All right, the Empress Stakes.
The horses are on the track.
And it is cloudy, but I think we'll be all right. Perfect start.
And
So
they're off.
not ideal track
That was a
conditions.
great start.
It is not fast and firm. We're just going to have to make do with whatever's going on.
Hey, what are you doing?
All right, we're kind of in a good place, but we're going a little too fast. So I'm going to run up the butt of this other horse to get us to slow down. And some other horse just came cruising up beside us. And that's the other thing, folks. the concept of what we call tactical speed in race horsing, horse racing, pardon me. There are some horses that can only speed up at the end of the race. But there are other horses that have what you call tactical speed that can speed up in the middle of the race to get out of a tough spot or whatever, but then fall back or relax and then speed up again at the end of the race. I think in this game that would be what they refer to as field. So tactical speed, if you listen to a broadcast and hear that being mentioned, that's when a horse can speed up and down in the middle or the beginning of the race, as opposed to just at the end when the horses make their kick or push towards the finish line. As you can see, a lot of movement outwards here. We've got to move outwards a lot to get free. We're going to whip at 2.4. We're going to go straight to the front with the number 4 and kind of leave 4 and 13 and 3 back behind us. Looks like the 3 is going to take second place. But again, another easy victory for this filly. Really can't be touched in her third year. Tremendous, tremendous racehorse at the apex of her abilities.
Yes, horse title earned.
And there's the Princess Road. All right, great job by War Drum. No money, that's okay. And I think we're going to race one more race in this calendar year, and then the abilities didn't really change. Still haven't unlocked that last special ability. Continental Cup is out there. Or we could do the Winter GP. All right, let's do the Winter Grand Prix. It's in Miami. It's within our distance. We just got to be able to run on the inside on this one. All right, we're still the favorite. We'll do a 3-7 exacta probably, in addition to betting on ourselves to win. It's a fast and firm track, so ideal conditions. Get that other bet in there. All right, and 900 there. All right, so I have to check my emails here. Somebody sent an email. All right, so this will basically be a capstone on an ideal racing season for this horse. I think we won 5 horse titles maybe this year. I think we have a couple still out there, the All-Rounder and the G1 Hunter. Maybe this win will also get us the G1 Hunter title. But this is pretty much for like the second horse you ever breed. This is really kind of an ideal outcome. We won the Spring Triple Tiara, the Triple Tiara, Princess Road. We unlocked other races, and we're possibly going to win the G1 Hunter at the outcome of this race. So, and then we still got All-Rounder out there as well. So, I mean, this is kind of an ideal circumstance, at least at this point in the game. So you shouldn't expect to be doing better than this, in my opinion, until other races get unlocked. And then you'll have a better horse that'll make this horse look like a dog. So, but we'll still remember War Drum fondly, you know. It's a good horse. I needed her to unlock races. She's doing that, you know. And she runs just like her mother in the back, but got the traits of her father. Not a good combo, in my opinion, but it's just what you have to deal with, you know. All right, we're moving up here. Are we going to go inside or outside? The horse in front of us are colliding. We're colliding. That horse is next to us is running into us. I think we're going to go to the outside.
Watch out!
Yep, little collision there. We lost energy briefly, fading to the back of the pack. We're going to move the outside and hit it at 2.4. We might have to replay this race. A lot of contact, and that did not treat our horse very good. We're not in the front pack of horses either. If we were there, we're out of energy. We're just not going to win this.
Finish!
Nope. We're going to have to retry that race, folks. No two ways about it. That didn't sit well with me. Course loss, overpace, bad on the stretch, bad on starts, yes. We are retrying that race. All right. Of course, the penalty, no betting allowed on a retry. Only one retry allowed. Hopefully we can do a little bit better or get maybe a collision-free race or something. That's what I'm hoping for.
Go!
All right, got to get off the rough track. Finally, good grief. I got to remember too, this is a long race. Look at how far back the number 5 is. He's got to be 4 lengths off the back. Good grief. All right, now that I mention it, he's going to close it up. He or she is going to close it up. All right, we're in the pack instead of being at the head where we want to be, but pack is still okay. I think I'm going to try to stay on the inside. There's one horse ahead of me, that kind of orange-colored horse on the inside there. I think that horse might be in my way if I try running there. I don't know. We still got a lot of time left before we have to decide, but I'm just going to stay right here because my horse is in the orange and yellow, and as long as he's right behind another horse, he can't go that fast. By the way, did you see the Mobius strip? Oh, all right. If that had been red, we'd be in business, but it's not. So we're not going to get the revolutions. And now we're colliding again. We're going to the inside. Screw it. We're in the rough. Who cares? Can we pull this? And the answer is obviously going to be no. Good God. Our horse just got obliterated in this race. Terrible way to end the year.
Finish!
Oh. Utter garbage, folks, but we don't replay more than once, so just going to have to live with that terrible loss. We're not even on the board. Bad on the stretch. Yeah, really? That's it? How about bad everything? All right, we did still win Horse of the Year and Best 3-Year-Old Filly, but that was a disappointing ending to the year. But I'll take it. We should get seven Gs there. Let's look at the horse card. Speed drop down, staying drop down, tenacity drop down. The decline is starting for this horse. And the thing is, when you have 99 speed, it's one thing to go from 99 to 98. It's another thing altogether to go from above 90 to below 90. Totally different effect on the horse. So I guess we're going to find another race here to look at. Yeah, I don't know about that. I probably could have done that if I was paying attention to it. G1 Hunter we need, and we also need that King and Empress is not available yet. Heck, I think most of those races aren't available yet. All right, what are we going to do here? Could run on dirt, Kyoto Stakes. What do we have to lose? All right, we're going to run in the Kyoto Stakes, everybody. We're taking a gamble. All right, we are not the favorite at all. So we're going to bet on ourselves to win. We're number 6, I want to say, not number 5. All right, 6 to win. All right, let's get into it. Oh, the Kyoto Stakes, 10.5 on the dirt.
The horses are on the track. And they're
Pretty
off.
good start. I'll go to the rail if I can get it. And we do get it. Just the one horse is in our way. We're going to hope that horse moves out of our way. We're going to have to split those 2 horses, I think, down at the finish line. We'll move out into position, anticipating he won't come off the rail. We're in a really good spot here. I'm just amazed that this horse is doing so well on dirt.
5 furlongs to go.
This is literally like the race I dream about if it was on dirt. We're right up in the front, in the right position. We've got almost all the energy. We're running in the green. This is perfect. Maybe I should have been running dirt races all the time. Look at that. That horse had to move out. The light blue horse had to move out. We're going to get to the whip. We're out of energy. Can we run down the number 9 horse? I think we can. Trigger special ability, please. Oh, we didn't get an ability, but I think we won the race. Not even a photo finish, folks.
Yes, horse title.
All right, all-rounder unlocked. That was pretty awesome. I did not think we were going to win that race. And I certainly didn't think if we won it, it was not going to need to be a photo finish. Tremendous race. That's the kind of race that makes you love one of your horses. That's that kind of race. All right, sorry, I had to cut the video there, or the audio. This is going to end really soon, so like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate anybody watching or commenting. We'll come back and continue the career of War Drum in our next episode. Thank you for watching.